Hello, welcome to this virtual class. As you know, these days have been raining, so I consider necessary to have these virtual lessons in order to don't lose more time or interrupt your progress. So, guys, today we will have a lesson about verb collocation part one because this lesson verb collocation is going to be a little bit long, so this is the first lesson. So what is a verb collocation? So here you can find a concept. You can stop the video and read it slower or take a picture or write down it on your notebook. But collocations are sets of words that naturally go together in a language. These word combinations are used together for a long time until one combination sounds right. For example, make a phone call, and another combination with a similar meaning sounds wrong. Do a phone call. So here we can do comparison between Spanish and English. For example, this sentence is pretty common in Spanish and English. But in Spanish, we say depende de ti. If we want to translate this literally into English, we have to say it depends of you because it's like that in Spanish. But actually, the right word in this sentence is not it depends of you. The right word is it depends on you. So these combinations of words, it depends on you. It's natural in English. It's like that. If you use another expression, another word, a different word like of, it doesn't sound okay in English because naturally the sentence is it depends on you. Let's see more examples. We have, for example, in Spanish we say tomar una decisión, but the verb take, in this case, we are now focusing on the verb because this lesson is about verb collocations. So these combinations of words take a decision. It's not okay in English. In Spanish, yes, but in English, no. Naturally, in English, they say make a decision. So for this specific phrase, you have to use the, the verb make, not the verb take. Okay? Let's continue with the next example. Here we have make a question or do a question. Well, here is in plural, it's a mistake. But because in Spanish we say hacer una pregunta, we think that we have to use the verb make or do in English. But naturally, in English, for that specific phrase, they don't use the verb make or do. Naturally, nowadays they use the verb, one moment, they use the verb ask a question. Naturally, that is the verb you have to use in this specific sentence. It's a common sentence. They use this sentence almost every day. It's the same for make a decision and it depends on you. So this kind of phrase are always make a decision is always with make and ask a question is always with ask. No other verb, no a different verb. It happened the same with this sentence, I have hungry. In Spanish, we use the verb have. Naturally, we use tengo when we express this feeling, tengo hambre. But In Spanish, sorry, in English, we don't say I have hungry. We have to say I am hungry. If you use a different verb like have, it sounds wrong. So the right verb you have to use to express this feeling is the verb to be. I am hungry. So here is the right option. Be hungry, so you have to do a conjugation. I am hungry, she is hungry, they are hungry. Okay. Now, so here you can find different examples of collocations. Those combinations of words that are natural are common. So this lesson is, do you remember? This lesson is about verb collocations. But the verb collocations is not the only collocations that exist. We can find adverb plus adjective collocations or adjective plus noun collocations. So two words that together are natural, are normal in English. For example, highly recommended, altamente recomendado, absolutely necessary, absolutamente necesario, bitterly cold. Bitterly in Spanish is amargamente. But this expression, bitterly cold, is hace mucho frío. So you are expressing that it's too cold. So you can use this expression. It's bitterly cold. Ridiculously cheap, ridículamente barato, and blissfully ignorant, felizmente ignorante. Now, adjective plus noun. Heavy rain, strong coffee, express bus, live music, and major problem. So these two words are always together and are normal. Finally, we have verb plus noun. And this is the focus of this lesson, the verb. We have, for example, run errands. I really like this word because I didn't know that this expression exists in English. But in Spanish is hacer mandados. But in Spanish we use the verb hacer. But in English they don't. They don't use the verb do or make, do errands or make errands. It doesn't sound natural. It doesn't sound normal. For English speakers, they have to use the verb run. Run plus errands together sounds natural. Okay? Do homework. This one, we are more familiarized with these two words. Do homework. It's more normal for us because we learned this expression since we were in preschool practically. Make the bed, give a presentation, and catch a cold. Now let's see some normal or common verb collocations with the verb have, get, take, make, and go. Now let's start with the verb have. What other words we use with the verb have that are natural in English? So the first one, and it's pretty common, is when you are talking about the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or when you are eating a snack. You To express that you are eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you have to use the verb have, right? So you have to say have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner, or for example, have a snack. So they go together. This is the natural way. Then we have other a combination of words that are always together. Have a cup of coffee or have a cup of tea. Have an idea, have a party, have a good time, have a baby when you are giving a birth a baby in the hospital. So you can say have a baby. Have a headache, have a fight or have an argument, have a problem, and have an accident. So these are the most common combinations with the verb have. Now, when you want to conjugate this verb, you have to conjugate the verb, the principal verb or the main verb. In this case, the main verb is have. So all the conjugations are on the verb have. If I want to use the verb or the expression have a baby, here there are some examples. If I want to talk about present progressive, I can say I am having a baby. If I want to talk about the past, I had a baby. If I want to talk about the future, I will have a baby, or I am going to have a baby, right? So, in this part, I would like you to do a challenge. If you are watching this video, if you are so responsible watching this video, this lesson, go to WhatsApp and use another expression with have. In this case, I use have a baby. But please, you have to use another expression, no have a baby. And then write three conjugations, present, past, and future using that expression. In my case, I use have a baby. And these are my conjugations. So I hope you send the message on WhatsApp. Now let's continue. Now let's do the following activity. What you have to do. So you can go back in the video and take a picture on all the examples with the verb have. And you have to complete these sentences using the right option. For example, in the sentence number one, they say, I don't feel well, I space and a sore throat. So in that space, in that blank space, what expression we can use? In this case, when because they are talking about sickness or illnesses, the best option is have a headache. I don't feel well, I have a headache and a sore throat. So the right answer is have a headache. What other expressions from the list we have to use in every sentence in order to have a coherent sentence? Okay? Now, when you have the answer, please send the answers by WhatsApp. Okay? Send the answer by WhatsApp. Let's continue. Now, let's continue with the verb get. What combinations are pretty common with the verb get? So we have, for example, get a job. You already know, the students in this lesson, that recently Maye got a job. She is now working in a hotel, so we can use this expression because it was in the past. She got the job in the past, so we have to use the past tense. The past of get is got. So Maye got a job as a receptionist in a hotel. That is a sentence that we can create. Then we have get married and get divorced. Then we have the expression get together. So in this case, we use get together when you are going to have a meeting with a reunion with your family, or probably it's more common using these expressions with your friends. So let's get together tomorrow to have a small reunion tomorrow, maybe in a cafe or in a club or at the mall or in a restaurant. We can use this expression. Get a haircut. When you go to the hair salon and they cut your hair, or yes, they cut your hair, you can say, I get a haircut. Get home when you arrive home. Get in trouble when you have a new big problem. It's normal with kids. They are playing inside the house with a ball, a football ball, or a volleyball or a basketball ball. They are playing inside the house and they broke a glass or a vase, so they get in trouble with their parents. Get dressed when you are putting on your clothes, your t-shirt, your pants. Get lost when you are in a new city and you don't know your location and you don't know the streets and you don't know where you are lost. So you can say, I get lost. And finally, we have get ready. Maybe you have an appointment and you are preparing yourself, your clothes, your money, and you are getting ready to go to that appointment. So these are the most common combinations for get. Now, the same. If you want to do a conjugation in past, present, or future, you have to do the conjugation on the main verb. In this case, you have to do the conjugation in the verb get. So, I got married 3 years ago is past. I am getting married, present progressive. And I will get married is future. The same challenge. You have to choose a combination of words with get, and you have to send me your combination in present, future, and past. Okay, get married is mine. You cannot use get married. I already use get married, right? You have to use a different collocation of get. Then finally, for this verb, you have to do this activity. In this activity, we have a sentence, and in the sentence, there are some words that you can replace. You can change some words with the get collocation. For example, I only have 15 minutes to put on some clothes. So to put on some clothes, you can replace one, two, three. You can replace those four words with get dressed because it's the same meaning, but only with two words, get dressed. So instead of saying, I only have 15 minutes to put on some clothes, you can say, I only have 15 minutes to get dressed. So you have to do the same activity for sentence one, two, three, and 4. I didn't know where I was yesterday. I didn't know where I was yesterday. So you can say, I'm gonna tell you this one. You can say, I got, because it's past. We are using yesterday. I got lost yesterday. So instead of saying, I didn't know where I was, you can say, I got lost. I got lost yesterday. So now you have to do number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, and finally we have the verb take. So this is the last verb for today, for this lesson. We will continue with other verbs in part 2. Okay, so some common collocations with the verb take are take a seat, take a while, take a photo, take a rain shake, take a taxi. In this side of the column, I you probably know what is the meaning of take a seat, take a photo, and take a taxi. But what is the meaning of take a while and take a rain shake? Take a while is when you, well, I am going to explain this one in Spanish. Cuando estás haciendo una actividad en la que te tardaste, le dedicaste su tiempo, entonces te tomó un tiempo poder hacerlo. You can say take a while. When you are doing a project, oh, how much time did you spend in your project? Well, it took a while because we are talking in past. Remember, you have to do the conjugation. If you are talking in past, do the conjugation in past. If you are talking in present, the conjugations for present. And if you are talking in future, you have to do the conjugations for future. So in this case, I am talking in past. So what time, how much time I spent in the project in the past. It took me a while, or it took a while. Me tomó un tiempo ese proyecto. Now, take a rain check. To take a rain check is to postpone something. So, posponer. You can replace the word postponer for take a rain check. Okay? Now, then other side, we have take a shower or take a bath, take a chance, take a break, take a look. Now, taking into account those combinations of words with the verb take, we can use that list in order to complete this activity. And here we have an example. The first example says, I can make it tonight. Can I take a rain check? Remember that take a rain check is postpone. Can I postpone it? Instead of saying, can I postpone it, you can say, take a rain check. Take a rain check is pretty common in the United States. So now you have to read every sentence and you have to think about the situation. Okay, this situation is about this. So I think the best option is this one. So please complete this activity, and when you finish, send it to me by WhatsApp. So see you next opportunity with the second lesson, the lesson part 2. Goodbye, guys.